This is Banter!
Crypto Benta for you. This is Crypto Benta. This is Crypto Benta. This is Crypto Benta. Crypto Benta for you. This is Crypto Benta. This is Crypto Benta. This is Crypto Benta. Crypto Benta for you. Smash that like.
What's up, Banter family? What's up to the best community, the most loyal community in the world? Welcome to Crypto Banter. I am Sheldon the Sniper, coming with you guys with the first call for the day, the first show for the day, with TA having a look to see what is happening with Bitcoin. We've had a little bit of growth over the weekend. Looks like the bulls are continuously just trying little bits, and as we start progressing in the market, look how quickly the sellers are there to offload and to just quickly make the market think that we're going one direction. And you know, this is one thing we need to understand during accumulation phase. It's always going to be quite tough. All we can do is track how we move and see what the charts are giving us. So welcome, guys. Before we start off, we have a great show today. We're going through Bitcoin. One or two short-term trades. We can't trade too much long-term just yet until we have clear indications. Last week, we got a little bit of warning signs in the market that we're starting to show some weakness. And I see now over the weekend, we tried to progress upwards. We just hit the resistance trend line again and are getting rejected again. So we are still at that uncertainty sort of level, which means there are some short-term trades to take, but not, we can't look for medium-term just yet. Well, let's say longer term just yet until we have more clarification in the market. So first thing, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Follow myself on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. Follow Crypto Man Ran on Twitter as well for any notifications on the show when we're going live. Very, very important to stay dedicated through this tough time in the market, as this is where the retail are getting flushed. This is where you need to be focusing. I know it may want to make you quit many times, but this is where you need to understand that you are fishing with the whales for the first time. And that's a big key thing. And not buying when your uncle and your auntie are telling you when Bitcoin's $60,000 to be buying. You're buying it when the market is half of what it was 2 months ago. And just understand it's never going to be easy during these times, but you are fishing at the right point. Also, guys, we have the Sniper School. We've had the bigger announcement that on the 1st of August, we'll be launching the Sniper School for you guys, absolutely free to the public. This is not some small little course, guys. This is a full course for you guys, for any sort of trader out there, investors, fundamentally trader, a chart trader, a yield farmer. We are going to make sure we cover all different aspects. We are taking in our first, I think it's 100 people for the first intake. And then after that, make sure all the tweaks, make sure that everything is ready, and we're going to hit that out fully to the masses. We also have the banter bags. When we get to 500,000 subscribers, we will be giving these banter bags to the community, to you guys. We will soon decide how many we'll be giving out. Last time it was over $500,000 in value, and we gave it to 10 people, as well as putting them in the Sniper School to educate them as well. It's not just to make money quick. It's about teaching us so we can learn the skill for life. So, guys, I think let's get into it. A little bit of a quicker show today. Let's get into the main thing until we get some bigger structural movements in the market. I have Mr. Lee in the house today as well. I have Rudo in the house today as well. They're going to be joining me. They were with us on Friday. I think you guys, let me know, please. I'd love to know the comments and on Twitter if you guys enjoyed the Q&A sessions. Should we be doing more of that? I think it was really nice to give you guys the ground. End of the day, this is all for you guys, and would love to know what you guys want to learn at times and the questions that you guys have. So let me know what you think on that so we can incorporate that a lot more this week. And we can obviously make this as efficient and informative as much as we can for you guys. So guys, Bitcoin. Little breakout to the upward side over the weekend, and you can see how quick the sellers are able to just take control many times in the market. You know, we take so much time to get up where we need to get, and all of a sudden we could see here previously, as you know, the last two waves, look how hard we work for the bulls to fight in that level over there, and look how quickly it comes through. There we go again. Look how quickly it comes through, and we can see the same sort of thing happening. The only difference is now is we basically said last week, you know, I'm starting to free up some cash. Remember the deal on where we're sitting in the market right now, guys. We've been going through a lot in the last month. for us to understand where we should be sitting with everything right now. And this is still where your portfolio should still be sitting. It should still be sitting in 70% as investors right now, choosing the right fundamental coins, staking a good portion of them, and putting that completely away so that you don't, during this tough time, struggle with a lot of your money. Remember, this is going to be a tough time. This is learning phase, and this is going to be where they're going to want to fight for your coins. So it doesn't mean you must be playing with 100% of your capital right now, because they are going to make you make mistakes. They are going to try whatever it can to take your coins from you. So we are still in the process where we need to be at least 70% of our investments should be in good investment holds. Currently what I'm sitting with as well, and I'm staking, and I've staked a good portion of that to ride out this whole little choppy stage where we're sitting right now. Remember, as an investor and as a bigger sort of, I want to put money in a good place, and I want to come have a look again in a few months or a year or two and make good gains. And as the investment wise, we know that anywhere buying in these ranges, even though if there is a random little quick push out to the market, we still understand where we are buying our long-term investments. So from 1 year to 3 year holds, we know that this was still very critical, big specials, especially since off the tops, still getting Bitcoin at that 48% discount level, which is huge. So still remember the fact that when we are calling trades every day and we are going through all these things, because we are focusing on this little one in the middle here called our spot wallet. And this is the wallet that we are learning now to use as a money wallet to make money on what the market gives us. And in and out to fill our long-term and to fill our cash. That is still the exact same strategy. I have 70% of my capital away from me right now so that I don't make silly mistakes. I don't FOMO in. I wouldn't say FOMO, I don't fear out either. I know where I'm buying at that point. So just remember that if you are active trading and we are trading this market, we know firstly it's a choppy and difficult market, of course, but just understand the percentage of your portfolio you should be at risk at this point, because there shouldn't be anyone upset with anything that's happened in the last week when you're playing with 20% of your capital, because we took what we could from the markets. And the same thing this week. This week we're expecting the big volatility from the grayscale offload. Everyone's expecting it to go down. Would you be surprised if it goes up? We won't. But at the end of the day, this is why 70% of my cash is a way to ignore that FUD. Remember what they're doing. It's all about emotions, make you make mistakes. They're going to emotionally destroy you at this point. And if you're trading actively with 20% of your portfolio, you understand that there's actually not that much pressure on you. It's okay to be stopped out. It's okay to learn the breaker trends. It's okay to learn higher highs, higher lows. This is the process that we need to be in. And all that I'm doing is, I made great trades last week. That link and dot trade, they were 12, 15% trades. But on my rule book, when I took that trade, when I get to 10 to 15%, I'm taking profits. Some of them gave 33%. Some of them gave 10%. It's all about what you have set before you've taken any of those trades. So not going too much into that, guys. Bitcoin, we've broken now this trend and we are literally testing it right now as support. This was the trend line that we were waiting for now over the weekend to see, do we break? We have broken. The problem is we just did not get that higher high just yet. So what I would love to be seeing now is Bitcoin to hold these levels now. And we are still talking about that same level. I can't believe it's 7 days later and it's the same damn thing we need from Bitcoin. Go to 36, go to 37. This is where we need you to go. You need to break out of this downward structure, because even though we had a little pump last night, if we still have a look at the same where we're sitting in the market, there's your high, there's your lower high. We are still actually trending in a downwards. Doesn't mean that at any point, it may seem quite difficult where we're sitting right now, okay? But what we are going to get at some point is we are really starting to see volume now track down on the daily and the higher time frames. When volume is starting to track down and we're running in a sideways movement, it means a big move is coming. And this is where it's important today, where me, Lee, and Rudo, I think let's get them on there, Freddie. Let's get our guests on the line so we can go through this quickly. And after that, guys, I will be then going through. Rudo, I can already hear, buddy. Will you just check your mic again? It's doing the same as on Friday. Will you just have a look again? I think it's fine. It's just a little bit of background noise. Lee, buddy, Fibonacci Lee, what's up?
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you? Did you take a break the weekend?
Yeah, a break from the charts. I was watching a lot of sports on TV. Congratulations,
Italy. Italy took it. I see Conor McGregor snapped his ankle, so it was quite snapped his leg. It was quite
sore
gruesome.
loser.
Yeah. That was quite a ugly one for us to see over the weekend. But anyway, I hope you guys all did get some good shut-off time, because I don't think anyone actually understands when the market gets bullish how busy you actually are. So it's okay to take a little bit of breaks right now, and it's okay to be a lot more patient and just relax a bit, because when the bull time comes, we don't stop working for months. It's true.
Yeah.
No, that's true. We have to now enjoy the downtime, guys, because it's going to get hectic.
Gonna get crazy. So guys, the big chat obviously now is, Bitcoin, it shows weakness and then it has a little push up. Then it shows strength and then it has a push down. And we sort of very much now, we're continuously getting these signals where it could be bullish, and then automatically I can go to my Twitter and see everyone's bullish again. All the guys are bullish again, and then it breaks, and then everyone's bearish again. I think it's at such that we're at such of a stage right now where it's sort of fooling anyone right now. And I think trading with targets and in-air trading right now is probably it's one of the best things. I don't think we're going to have a lot of daily trades, but I think every 2-3 days a good 10% trade in and out. And I don't know what you guys are thinking about investment wise, even though if there's a quick shakeout event where we go to 25 or something like this happens, the power of sitting back and choosing the right coins now, holding them through all this, because at the end of the day, we are still catching the market at a really good special, especially with the altcoins. There's absolute bargains out there. And even if there is a short-term little wick out, it's so important to understand that, at least a good portion should be sitting. What is the importance to you guys of taking some capital away from you so you're not playing with your full amounts every single damn day? What is your little rules before we get into the charts?
Well, Sheldon, for me, Lee, you go ahead first, buddy.
Go Lee.
Go Lee.
Basically, what I've done over the weekend is I have restructured my whole portfolio. All those coins that I bought in the past, I work on the chart, and some of them that I don't want anymore, I basically sold them. I'm putting a lot of my long hold coins and everything in USDT. I strongly believe that we will have another discount coming. And in the meantime, I was working on the future coins, on the future alts that I wanted to buy. Now that we have learned, how to stake, and all those new projects and the project that we've talked about a few months ago, some of the coins I never bought before. Now I'm working on those charts, and I want to go in when I see a big discount coming on project like I know. For me, I want to buy more cake because we can stack them, right? And some of the Solana and all those good projects that you guys talk about in the past. So this is what I did over the weekend.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, we also actually got some BNB into Donkey there. I can't believe it was 80-something% APY on BNB there. So that was a great one.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
Yeah. 85% on BNB. I know they're going through a little bit of struggles now, but you don't write that coin off. You don't write Binance off. I know they always come back strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's bargains right now. And I think what people still don't understand, the power of staking, getting coins, plus even though now we're in a little bit of a bear cycle or a little bear stage in the market, if BNB goes to $1,000 or $2,000 in the next year or two, you know what I mean? The power of that staking is huge. Rudo, what's your portfolio looking like, bud? How are you attacking the market right now?
Well, I'm still not seeing the reason to exit my long-term holdings. We're not in a confirmed bear market just yet. We are right on the edge, and I know it's uncomfortable, but I'm using the perspective of when I bought, guys, and this is now the tricky part of this. You need to figure out where you bought, because the way that I'm looking at it, I bought stuff 2 years ago, a year ago. I mean, I've been in this for a long game. So for me, looking at where I'm at, I'm up. So I'm happy with my long-term holdings, only until I get that confirmation, Sheldon, that we've got that consistent bear coming in and we're going to go to 7K or 10K, wherever that possibility lies. That's when I'll start looking at it. So for now, long terms, I'm happy to park them. I haven't even staked that much, so I'm a stake noob. So I still need to get in on that, and I will definitely start looking at that and using this now, because looking at where the market is, I just want that confirmation of a trend. If we got a confirmation of a trend to the upside, I'm happy to start putting that in. If we've got a confirmation of the trend to the downside, I'm happy to go to dollar like Lee and wait to get that on the, on the epics. But that's now the trader talking in my head. Remember, I suffer from trade fever. As an investor, just being in the space is already good news, and that's where you need to be at. So you need to figure out where you guys are, or where your mind is at. But for me, that's the game plan. As a trader, I know I can get the lows, so I'll buy the lows. But on the long term, I just don't see the big need for me to get out just yet. So I'm still holding.
Do you guys think a big move is coming?
Yes, definitely. I'm itching for a big move. Slowly but surely, I'm waking up in the middle of the night. Yeah, you're dreaming it already. I don't know if it happens to you. I'm dreaming of, then I run up. Then I run to the top.
How many hours
to get this buy?
How many hours we used to wait when we were trading on 5-minute chart to get the perfect entry? We used to wait like hours and hours to get this perfect trade for the day, right? Now imagine I want the perfect trade for the next 6 months. How many days must I wait for the perfect entry for that?
It takes hard work for those entries. I don't think anyone understands that the hardest work is your entry. And you get the right entry, you could, all your work goes back to put your stop loss, and you just absolutely relax.
That's what I want. I want my best entry to buy those coins that I can stake, and then the job is done for the next year, for the year to come.
Okay, so you've used this time now, Lee, to actually really go back and focus on that portfolio. To actually understand, because we haven't staked much in the last few months together. We're knowing that we've traded, we haven't actually done so many different things. So I sort of take this as an awakening thing that, we actually went back for the first time, and what is the best way that this portfolio can actually grow over the next 2-3 years? And that's important. Now you're actually looking at for entries for the right staking coins. We didn't know that previously, Lee. You definitely weren't doing
I mean, like Udo said, we are noobs. We are noobs.
Well, I've just been trading all the time. When I looked at staking, it's like, why would I worry about 100% in a year if I can make it in a week? But now looking at where my portfolio is in the big picture, let's take the path of least resistance with that 70%, because otherwise it's just sitting there doing nothing. So it's a really interesting area where we're in the market. Sheldon, one thing that I want to add, when we look at new investments, you can't just enter the market, say I'm new to crypto, now let's invest, and start picking off the list which project you want to invest. Sometimes you have to be patient, wait for the opportunity, and we're definitely in opportunity area in the market. Long accumulation, long sideways tracking markets that we have gives you that opportunity to actually now sit, rinse out the insanity of the previous run that we had and say, okay, right, is this a good opportunity for me to now start strategically position myself in for the next 6 months or a year? And it definitely is, guys. So we don't get these opportunities that often. We're either trending up or we're trending down, and then it makes it hard. When we're trending up, you can't really farm for coins. When we're trending down, you farm for coins. When we're going sideways, you get to make your mind and decide, pick a side. And that's where I'm at the moment. So exciting stuff.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think it's it's time for us to all go back, learn new stuff, even ourselves, guys. We are improving. This market teaches us as much as it teaches you guys every day. We learn new things every day. So I think it's good shot of time to actually focus on the bigger part of the portfolio. But I think let's get into some charts. Let's see, if there is a big move, what are the possibilities we can look at? I know we got Rudo, and I think the first thing, guys, that I want us to jump on is that Rudo's chart you brought up there. Yeah, Rudo, I think let's have a look before we get into Bitcoin. What is the stock markets doing? What is the DXY? We had you last and we were speaking about it. And I'd love to know, there's your dollar. You had it perfectly. You literally called that perfectly for that the DXY, that bearish divergence. The last time we spoke, we were literally that second wick on the top there is when we were speaking in that sort of level. And we can see how that's now worked. And I think just in 1 minute or 30 seconds, what is the importance of the DXY going up and the DXY going down? Obviously, I understand it's a dollar, but if you can explain that, Rudo, just for the new guys, what is the DXY? What's the importance? Yeah, go for it. Anything.
Let's zoom out. In the 1 minute, if you really want to look at that 1 minute, zoom out, go to the monthly candles. And what I've done is I've put vertical raising here, and I said start of the bull run for 2013, start of the bull run for 2017, the bull run for 2017. There's the 2017 all-time high. So DXY, every time this thing is dumping, boom, 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 every time it's dumping, we see insane gains in the stock market and we see insane gains in the crypto market. Why? Because money is leaving the dollar and goes to assets. That's the only thing that we want to be looking at this. So when this thing is dumping hard, we are getting this nice momentum behind our buys. And that's why we want to keep our eyes on it. So every time this thing tracks down, we're getting good momentum. Now, the nice thing about it is if you look at this thing even bigger picture, there we're looking at 1996, 86. This thing has been tracking down. And if you're looking at this without trying to be too complicated, this is a trend. So where's this trend going to go? So we just need to be a little bit more patient. Like we said, the momentum will come, guys. This trend is still tracking down. Until we break this trend, my only option I have is to be bullish on anything but the dollar, meaning buy your crypto, hold your crypto. Look at it as a retirement fund. And when do you cash in your retirement fund? When you're ready to retire. And that's the goal.
So, but I think that the big thing out of what we just said now is, end of the day, the dollar is falling. And I think that's just the biggest reason why we're in crypto and why we're loving it, because the dollar has just been in a downtrend ever since its existence. And it's just powerful. Just to understand, guys, if the DXY is falling, it means money's leaving the dollar, which means stock markets, crypto markets.
Yeah,
these are all
money's
things that are
going to be spent.
So it's good
We're
to keep an
buy.
eye on that. Okay, so what are we thinking short term now, DXY? If we have a look at that quickly, we've hit your sell zone. I wouldn't say for today. I'm just saying the next month,
for the
2
week.
weeks. You know what I mean? Are we looking for? Yeah, we're still looking for that pullback. Which is
so I'm looking at that area there because we've got that bullish divergence sticking in. So I'm thinking we're going to test this hidden supply that's sitting there, and then I see us tracking down. So the momentum is not there yet. Might take a few days. How long it's going to take, I don't know.
Well, it makes sense now, guys. Do you see now that the DXY is trailing up and the market today is coming down? And you understand, which means now some money is going back into the dollar. So it's very important to understand why we track the DXY and where that's in. How's the stock market, buddy? How are we looking stock market-wise? The S&P,
so
the US
between the US 30 and the S&P 500, what I try and do is I don't trade them, but I look at them as just to see whether there's going to be positivity within the crypto market. And when I look at this, we're in a point where we are creating higher highs on both. So it's sort of corrected itself now. This divergence has been sorted out. So let's see if that DXY now gets to that rejection point, probably when the US 30 will bounce. There's a little gap there for the S&P 500, and then I think we should be good to go.
When this is the crazy part right now with the stocks and where we're looking at. The US 30, everything's been climbing for the last month or two. It's literally been exploding to the upward side, and nothing in the crypto market. It's quite scary that are they, if the US market and anything takes a huge turn in the market, is Bitcoin still going to have that? Is Bitcoin slowly decoupling? Like, what are your thoughts with this? That the stock market's moving and the crypto market's absolutely doing. Do you think they started to get their own sort of mind, but they're starting to, I wouldn't say separate completely, but you know what I mean? Right now, the crypto guys don't really care about what's going on in the stock market anymore. And they're sort of running off their own time, and the whales are running off their own time. And it's quite interesting because previously, I remember trading with you guys for the last year and a half, how it all used to work together. And now it's just quite weird that we've had so much strength and nothing in the crypto market.
But that's the thing. That's why I think that, we had a shakeout in the stock market, but not as excessive as with crypto. And I think Bitcoin, that momentum has now been priced in. It's now been absorbed with this long accumulation that we've now been experiencing. And hopefully then that, like I said, I don't see a need to be bearish, large time frame with my HODL portfolio. Hopefully now that this discount has been absorbed and it's been priced in, that might just then give us the momentum where Bitcoin then, shoots up to catch up with these guys. We now know this. When the stock market keeps on tracking higher, Bitcoin tracks down. At some stage, Bitcoin starts catching back up. And with the DXY getting to that point where that momentum is shifting into our favor, I believe that maybe within a week or two, we might just see that. That's the thing.
That's
Being a
quite
TA
interesting.
analysis, you have to wait for the opportunity. You know that what you want to see. So I'm expecting this to happen. Whether it does, we'll have to wait and see. Which means when there's an opportunity to buy, I grab the buy, and then I wait patiently to see whether that rally is going to happen.
No, risk management, it's quite simple. You got to keep going. You know what I mean? You got to play to win. And I think that's the biggest thing. And I think it's quite scary for a lot, but we'll catch it. We'll get where we need to get. I think Mr. Lee in the house, I want to see that count, buddy. Where are we looking with Bitcoin?
Please,
I just
Lee.
want to see let's get Lee's chart up there. Oh, I love the
Before
chart.
before we go into any count, I mean, like you guys know, I always have a bullish and a bearish count. Like you stated, we are sitting right in the middle. All right, so this is a 4-hour chart on Bitcoin. And if we only work with trend line, I've got the stop trend line within these two top from 29th of June and 29th of June, yes, and 4th of July. If I work with that trend line, we are still below this trend line. Yes, we did break a smaller time frame one with that one. We break it over the weekend. We come back and test it again.
We're testing now.
Yeah, but now what happened here? 4-hour hidden bearish divergence with this top and this pivot here and this pivot here. That's why we had these two candles now on 4-hour as a red. I mean, black on my chart, but the red candle. We're dropping right now. Last week we talked about this hidden bullish divergence, right? So if I wanted to enter long, I will have bought here. Now the price is going up, and we're hitting the signal for the sellers to come back again now to sell the market because of this hidden bearish divergence. Even if you could have gone a little bit higher, there were another pivot here with that one, which is exactly the 4th of July, and that will be another hidden bearish divergence that is coming. So as we're going higher, we're gonna hit a lot of resistance, a lot of seller signal for the bears to come and smash the price down a little bit more. That gave me, on the other side, if the RSI is continue dropping like this, and this 4-hour candle is gonna close in 1 hour and 20 minutes, I think I would expect this 4-hour RSI to go a little bit more to the downside and maybe print another hidden bullish divergence right now. What's going to happen? It's going to compress the price. The moment the volatility is going to be less and less, and at the end of the day, one of the side is going to win. They're going to either delete this hidden bearish divergence and we're going up, or they're going to delete this hidden bullish divergence and we're going down. So I mean, how do I trade this? Because I've got these counts, I've got all those counts that we're going up and we're going down. I know exactly where I want to sell. I know exactly where I want to buy. And I'm using this hidden bearish divergence and this hidden bullish divergence to either long in the market here at the bottom or selling the market here at the top. So in the middle here, I'm not gonna touch. I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay, great. So you're sort of in the middle now. Go for it, Rudo.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. And then one thing just to add to that, and if you look at Lee's volume, and I like the way that he's graphically displayed the volume there. As this is sorting out, the volume is getting lower, which means people are getting impatient. We just need to be patient longer than everybody around us. Everybody that's going to lose or FOMO in, which means when we get to that beautiful opportunity, if the volume is still low when we're at the bottom, that's a brilliant sign. It means the selling pressure, the public, and the reason for me to jump out when the price is bad has now subsided, which would give an institution an opportunity to maybe think, well, let's push the price up, let's get more money in so we can take that trade. If we've got higher volume at the top, but we don't break out, that just tells us that, listen, there's going to be more discounts coming because with a lot of buying, we cannot get past this resistance. So let's take that profit, say thank you, and then wait for the next opportunity, because the volume is the key that plugs into all this that Lee is showing you guys. Low volume at the bottom is brilliant for us because it's going to give us that bounce, and high volume at the top, if we don't break out, is brilliant. It tells you, take profit. It's not going to go any further.
Okay, Lee, so there's your chart. You're sitting 50-50 right now. At what point?
I'm sitting with short position here at the top. I'm sitting with long position at the bottom. So I know one of them is going to work, and one of them is going to give me.
Where's your long sitting at? Where's your long entry sitting at?
My long is sitting here at 32,000 some change here. Oh no, sorry. I had a long position here, and I had the long. Yeah, I have a long position.
We've got the one from 31.
Yeah, 31, but I took profit already. So I'm left with one long position here, and I'm left with 1, 2, 3. No, here 1, 2, 3 position shorts. So I'm
Okay, great.
either way. They're gonna
Whichever
take me out,
line they
whichever
break,
line, yeah.
you will. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So you
So
basically,
basically, how
you
you
know, to
trade
put
that,
in.
you put your stop loss. You put your stop loss at break even when you are in profit. And if they want to come and stop me out on my short, I'm happy because I've got my long. If they want to stop me out on my long, I'm happy because I've got my short position open.
Okay,
On
brilliant.
accounts, how does it look like on the chart? I think we're gonna do maybe something similar like this. It would be a nice fake out. We're going up to my point B. I've got the area here at 36.5, 37.5, this kind of area. There is also demand and supply zone here. So I think if the price wants to break out, we're gonna hit resistance within this kind of zone here. And then coming back, a big sell-off, maybe end of the week towards this 28, 29 area again. After that, we can move back. So that will be a nice move to stop everyone, including me. You know, if I don't take profit here on my long, I'll be stopped out when they come back. If I don't take, and at that stage, all my short will be out already at break even.
So are you hedging
like I
right
said,
now, Lee? Is that the strategy that you're running with right now?
I'm not kind of hedging because I have most of my portfolio is USDT. I'm waiting for this dump, for these things to come to buy and to secure all my position on the long term. But I'm trading. I'm trading with the 30% of my portfolio, and that I will not stop. I will always trade, you know. So
Okay, great.
but as a trader, whether the price goes up or go down, then you can always make money.
Okay, great. So, you know, obviously having a look there, I still also feel that little shakeout from Bitcoin will come at any point. Maybe we get a little bit higher now. What's your target up there? The 38? Maybe we can get to that zone first, and then the altcoins.
37.5. I'll be 38 is a little bit too far already.
And I see obviously dominance has been trailing up a little bit when Bitcoin is turning a bit negative, and obviously we had the breakout last night, which helped. But I still feel there might be one or two good, not to go crazy this week, but definitely one or two alt opportunities, which I'll go through now shortly. Rudo, just as we close off your budget, what are your thoughts now? Is there anything else that you want to add, Lee, on Bitcoin before I jump onto Rudo? No. We can get the. You're good. Okay, great. Rudo, dominance, buddy. What have you got? You got anything on it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I want to compare yours with mine. Let's see where we're looking at dollar. I see your nice trend lines on Bitcoin there. Great.
Yeah, I'm looking at what other people are trying to see, and then hopefully we can use that against them and make money off it. Okay, so dominance, dominance went to my first target. We didn't make a high, so I still see dominance doing probably something like this. Come and test this resistance. Oops, in this area over here, and then possibly come and fill this imbalance right over here. And it's in this area here where I really think that if you look at the time, look, everything that we're pointing to on now from where we are today. If you look at where we are today, we say, well, probably to the end of the week, probably a little bit more time that we need for Bitcoin to get positive momentum. Now, if you think about what the dominance is pointing to, and please don't use this as a time scale. I'm thinking it's going to only run on the 2nd of August. But what I'm trying to say is we're looking at Bitcoin that's the momentum is on its way. And the dominance is giving us that track that probably once that momentum is here, we will end up with either a lower low, and then that's the lower low that we might need to get this trend tracking in for the continuation. And that's the area where then I'm hopeful, once we have this confirmed that we get this lower low, that the dominance is getting weaker, then hopefully we'll get that positivity with Bitcoin now finally giving us a run to the upside and the dominance keep on tracking downwards. And then we should see a little bit more alt momentum. You know, that's my thoughts on dominance.
Okay, well, I still feel dominance is running with Bitcoin when the markets are looking shaky. So when Bitcoin's not getting its full strength, the dominance is in Bitcoin's favor. But obviously, as soon as Bitcoin starts to break some levels and we get a little bit of bullishness, it then obviously shifts and the alts start waking up. Like, I don't know what you guys feel about it. Bitcoin's been our worry now for the last month or two, right? But I don't see the worry with the alts, because as soon as we see a little bit of bullish momentum, the alts go crazy. They go well. So it means they are ready to move. It's just Bitcoin and where we're sitting right now, it's obviously taking. But the alts wake up quick.
Bitcoin is in a hole at the moment, and we need dominance to kind of just get it out of that hole. And what does it mean? I need money from elsewhere to come and help Bitcoin to create that positivity. Because if we break out of these range, retail can't do nothing for us. Can't do nothing for us. I need large investors to come in and say, okay, right, we'll buy the bit. Get the market sentiment positive again. Because when everybody's positive again, the market will start getting momentum in our favor. So let's see, we need that dominance to be against the alts for a short time. And then once we're there, we can always reassess and say, right, guys, maybe Bitcoin's the better trade. Maybe alts then again will shine. I mean, there's enough fundamentals there to prove the fact that the alts does have more potential growth going for them. But as a trader, I'll wait and see at that stage to make the call. I don't have to, predict it at this stage and just say, okay, right, that's what's going to happen.
Okay, brilliant. So I think as we progress, we'll keep bringing you guys in this week, and we'll progress, and we'll see where Bitcoin's going.
Awesome.
I see 1 or 2 alts for today. I see some good news on them as well. So I'm not shy to take the little pool, because same with you guys now is what I saw now basically is looking. So if we can get my charts on the line there, we can go through it quickly. So Bitcoin now is obviously broken. If we are going to have a small bounce in the market, Bitcoin needs to bounce in these regions between 33.4 to 33.8. This is where we got to get a reaction now to chase the higher high again. And this is a little push that I want to now have, because it's looking at the dominance. I still feel dominance wise, we still have that big trend, can have another leg down. And this is where I want to basically catch it. So if it takes a little bit of patience today, just for Bitcoin to have that little push to 36, it gives a drop in the dominance for me, and it gives me a nice push from 1 or 2 alts. So having a look at that, having a look at the total, we are still fighting that big trend line right now. So the alts are there. The only thing is we're not at that time with the alts where every alt's going to pump now. I think we have selective alts. And I think that's the main thing where, ones that we can catch on daily breaker trends, one we can catch. I still feel there's some alts that move, but yeah, the whole alt market in general is just not there. And having a look at the full total market cap, we've been rejected again there, and it's very possible we can make our way to the support zone there as well. So we have a little bit of definite, we know, since we broke that support last week, I know that at any point, Bitcoin can make its way to the late 20s. We can have that big shakeout event. It's just, is Bitcoin going to go to 36 first and then that push down? Or do we hover in this range? The more we hover in this range and the more significant break we get a bit later can obviously be a big one. So dominance is definitely markets bullish. It's in the alt's favor. When markets are bearish, it's in Bitcoin's favor. And the only one we can see the total is now broken. It hasn't broken that resistance, but the only one that's still holding is the total 2. It's still holding that sort of trend line for now. So there is still a bit of selected trade. So having a look, I'm not sure what you guys have seen it as well, but I'm definitely looking at Litecoin. Litecoin, I'm seeing a very good, especially on a daily break. It's looking, let's have a look. Daily break, we're literally catching the breakout now of that daily trend. I've just put a very thick trend, as we can see, and we've literally a shorter time frame now we've come and tested. So if Bitcoin does bounce, now at least I know with Litecoin, I can be putting a 3% stop loss in the ranges. I want to be catching it now anywhere between 132 to 135 in that zone, for at least a push up to the 180, this sort of zone over here. Because if I see that little Bitcoin, what's that? There we go. There we go. If Bitcoin has that little push to the upward side, dominance, little drop, Litecoin's looking like one of the best ones that we're looking
Neo
daily trend-wise. Neo as well. If you have a chart, there, we can definitely show it there. Have you got a chart there? Okay, great.
Yeah, I've got a chart open on Neo.
So guys, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at like a 2-day hold, because I think if Bitcoin is going to have this shakeout and we're going to have this, I only see it maybe coming later this week. I don't see it just yet, just because that little bullish momentum push. I think the bulls are going to try a little bit more, and then we can possibly have another little pushback. So the one that I'm looking at for a nice 2-3 day hold now is definitely Litecoin. $130, $135 is where I want to be getting in, and a stop loss around the 128. So it's not really huge risk, and just the simplicity, nothing turning bullish. If Bitcoin all of a sudden makes its way to 40, you're going to be very surprised how far along Litecoin can get. But even just a test from Litecoin, it just takes us up to these resistance points over here. It's a good trade. And if we have a look there, 16, 20%, we'll see as we progress. So Litecoin is one for me. And the second one that we're getting to quite early now is Dash. So Dash is also at a point now where we're having a really nice little breakout of trend. we're still above there. So catching Dash now between 127 and 130 is a really good entry for Dash, and a stop loss around 124 back in that trend. And even just a little push to these zones over here, 25% just to the first resistance, 36, and obviously to the top is 65. So these are my two choices right now. I did have BZRX, but that one needs a little bit more time. But Dash is looking good for me now for 2-3 day hold. And this is Bitcoin bounces. Bitcoin bounces, we're going to get this entry spot on. We definitely are. If it makes it, if Bitcoin then obviously collapses and we lose 33, we're going to take our 2-3% stop loss hit. But then we know Dash and these coins are obviously going to then break back in, and we're going to have big pullback. So from my side, Litecoin and Dash are good trades. I don't need to go crazy into the alts right now, but those ones are definitely looking good right now. And you're saying Neo, buddy?
Yeah, so if you look at my screen here, so think about it, guys. If your kids are misbehaving, you want less of them. And the kids are misbehaving at the moment. So we need to think about one or two. So I like the fact that you've only got two there. So I don't want to add too many on there, but Neo is it's almost like a precursor to what Litecoin is doing. Litecoin is sitting over here for me in a sense. So it's going to be sitting in this range, and the fact that I like it is that the volume is tapering down. Somebody can just, I think, you have to wait for that dynamic trader. And then Neo for me has got the opportunity in the same way as Litecoin. If it shoots up, there's a 45% gainer there.
Exactly.
And we can still have a bearish rejection.
And I think just in a little quick description there, what's the importance of understanding that volume is trailing down like that? We're running sideways, volume is trailing, meaning a big movement. We don't know what direction the movement is, but a big volume candle is going to come out of nowhere at some point. And I think that's a powerful tool. That volume, everyone thinks it's just showing the volume, but you need to track that volume. The more we're slowing down, all of a sudden, I think if you show them just previous there, so you see there on your volume, we're currently trading down. Then we had that random big wick. Just stop there. That one there. You see exactly where your cursor is, that big volume bar there.
Yeah.
If you go before that, have a look how quiet the volume was. So do you see how the volume slows down? And when volume starts to slow down and starts to really get to that point, you all of a sudden got this big volume that comes out of nowhere. And there we go. So you can see there very, very much. And now we're getting to that again. So I think that's a very powerful tool for everyone to take through today. Lee, buddy, have you got any altcoins that you're looking at? If there's any short-term trade, anything? Or you clearly Bitcoin? No, I'm just asking.
No, I don't like to trade altcoins because for me, trading alt or BTC is end up the same. We're making USDT here. And like I said, the only alt that I'm interested in for long-term, and I want to buy those coins that we can stake. So if you tell me BNB, we can stake now. I know Cake, we can stake. So I've got my entry level on those coins, but it's low. It's really low. We're not there yet.
Okay, great.
Just I'm not trading any other alts. I like to trade Bitcoin, like you said.
Okay, great. But if Bitcoin breaks 34 and it starts to show a bit of bullishness, maybe you'll have an alt for us later on in the week.
We'll muscle him into one.
Okay, great.
I trust you, Sheldon, for the alt, You tell me if I agree with you.
We just need this damn market to play with us. I can't wait until we're back in motion and everything. Guys, the way we work as a team is it's crazy. We love it. We love it. Love it. And I think that we need to bring a lot of that back to everyone now. Everyone's got a different view, and you're going to be seeing a lot of them more often. Guys, thank you. Have a fantastic day.
Awesome, buddy.
I'll chat to you guys just now. Awesome. Okay, guys, so I'm not going too crazy on the alts just yet today. I got Dash and I got Litecoin. Those are my two for today. Rudo's saying, remember, always manage your risk. Know where you're putting it. We teach you guys every day so you can plan your trades. He's saying Neo's looking great as well. Bitcoin, we're still in unknown. This little pullback, it makes sense. All that we need now, Bitcoin, we need to bounce. We don't want to go below 33. We really don't want to go below those levels. And from this, let's see if we play the 36 or 38 to the upward side first, or is that shakeout coming? So I still know, at least if Bitcoin bounces down, the markets turn a little bit bullish, I know the love is with the alts. So that's why short time frame, if I'm taking any trades, I'm doing it right. I'm not going into too many just yet because we're in the middle sort of stage. Manage that risk. And let's see where we're at tomorrow, guys. So those are the two from me, one from Rudo. Nice little update for everyone. I hope you guys learned today. So let's give it today. Let's see what the markets bring us. And then I will see you guys all tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Put your stop losses in, and we'll see you tomorrow.